up to the top, down halfway, not even halfway, and turned around, did a methods rising. So as soon as we saw this right in here, told us we were not in the same chop, that there was probably going to be a lot more strength to the upside. So, but with that, there is nothing yet telling us that there's any change of investor sentiment. Now, this puts us into situations or a situation where they could pull the plug someday, but right now there's really not enough downward pressure. Today, when they started selling it off, you could tell that it was just a profit-taking sell-off versus a reversal because there wasn't any stocks being sold. They were down a little bit, but not anything major to the downside. The NASDAQ, same scenario. It's kind of broken out through this upper trend channels. So right now we're in an uptrend. For whatever reason, we don't have to figure out 2 or 3 steps down the road what everybody's thinking. All we have to do is identify that they're in there buying right now, and there isn't really any change of investor sentiment. So pretty much want to stay long. Let's take a look at let's take a look at the interest rates. Are now starting to pick up some steam here, heading higher. What is major? Over 5%? Well, not even 5%. Just seeing some sort of major. Is that a reference to a major pullback, or need to see something that would tell us that they're out of that uptrend, which at this point makes it very easy because right now they've been holding up above the T-line, so we can use the T-line as an indicator that if they come back down through that, something has changed. Interest rates moving up a little bit. That's the first. I think that's about the biggest decline we've seen in months. Maybe right here, but that's a decent decline for bond prices. And let's see, crude oil prices are slowly climbing back up ever since our kicker signal. I would still anticipate a touch of the 200-day moving average, but if and when they get there, notice our stochastics are running out of steam. So I wouldn't be surprised if they touch the 200, they eventually bring it back to the 50. Sugar has a very nice reversal chart. Let's see. Hold on, we're still having people. Yeah, what's the password tonight? 1965? Okay, hold on for 1 second. Reply. All right. As we can see in sugar, inverted hammer, bullish confirmation. If it opens positive tomorrow, probably got a good potential sugar trade. And let's see, cocoa, there's nothing there. Oh, the grains look like they're trying to come out of a wave 2 going into a wave 3. Soybeans, I took some profits on being long corn and moved over to soybeans because it looks like even if they come out of here, it won't be with a dramatic amount of force, whereas it looks like soybeans already has some steam picking up behind it. And what else do we got? The dollar is just dead as a doornail. It's about as flat for a 2-week period as I've seen it in a long, good while. All right, some of the stocks that we are paying attention to. ARNA. I'd keep an eye on this one, especially after this cradle pattern. Little stutter step. They backed it off today. Let's make this bigger. Excuse me. If this opens positive tomorrow, this is definitely a buy. Just that little stutter step, I think you're going to see it pop pretty quick up to the 50-day moving average. MXWL also has a nice little, nice big, let's first move it this way. This is a nice looking fry pan bottom. Now, whenever you see a trade setup where it kind of trades flat and then ends with a morning star signal, and notice how they've gapped up from gapped up from this doji off the T line. That's usually that little mini scoop type pattern. That usually acts as a slingshot effect to the upside. QLIC, another one that's just a nice steady uptrend. Keep stay along with this. EDU, not that EDU. EDU coming out of this little rounding bottom. Stay with it as long as it stays above the T line. TPX, another one that's staying above the T line. I don't know where all these things came from. But stay with this as long as it stays above the T line. CQB. CQB, notice a little double bottom type setup down here. This one you continue to own. I think this one's going to the 200. All right, and SSI has just been kind of a steady eddy here. This was a little bit worrisome. Whenever you see that long-legged doji, that usually means there's going to be a change. But notice it didn't violate the T line yet, so you continue to hold until you see it close below the T line. SRPT has been, SRPT. Well, that doesn't make you want to kick your grandmother. All right, I've got to do this again. I'm getting something that keeps shutting down the computer. Can you still hear me? All right. I don't know why this computer keeps shutting off and then booting right back up again. All right. SRPT has a good-looking chart to it. It just won't come up on this chart system. GY is another one that this little J-hook type pattern, continue to hold this as long as it stays above the T line. And when I say hold on to them, because as long as they stay above the T line, because as long as they stay above the T line, they've got, even though they look flat and drowsy sometimes, they'll pop. And like we've seen in Smart Balance. I don't think it's SPRT. What the heck is going on with this computer? Display driver stopped responding and has recovered. Something is dramatically wrong. Bah, humbug. Alright, for some reason this computer is kicking around. If I disappear, don't go away. That means it shut me down. Still like ELN, as long as it stays above the T line, which is very iffy today. But it needs to open positive and trade positive to stay in it. If it opens weaker tomorrow, you probably want to close out. I don't know, Don. That's a good question. From a bad point of view, I did kind of, well, it wasn't banging around too bad. Yeah, it was in the car for the last couple of days driving back from New York State. But it was put in the floorboard very solidly. And PCYC is another example of why you don't get too panicky when you see somebody downgrade, because remember, a downgrade is just one person's opinion somewhere and then causing a little influx of negative volume. But I'd continue to hold unless it does close below the T line. Stochastics on here, 1233. All right, some other ones. These came out of the chat room today. AFFY, nice fry pan bottom. If this opens positive tomorrow, you want to be buying immediately. And VELT. VELT is a classic. Here's our fry pan bottom. Hits the next target, which is where? Up here, the 200. Comes right back down to the T line with a bullish Harami. If this opens positive, you're going to see it come back up, test the 200, and if it pushes through, it's going to go through pretty strong. So this one's setting up for a J-hook pattern, or classic J-hook. Failure at the 200, pull back to the T line, and now starting back up again. HCII, another classic, coming out of a fry pan bottom, pulls right back, right on the T line. Doji, bullish confirmation. We're right here at the high. If this opens higher tomorrow, you definitely want to buy immediately. When you say immediately, does that mean on the open or to watch it for a while and make sure it follows through? Watch it for a while. When I say immediately, you probably want to be watching these for on the open. And if they keep trading positive 2, 3, 5 minutes after the open, you want to go after them. Fry pan bottoms are your good high probability setups. Now, pshaw. Display driver stopped responding. This is not making me very happy. We'll try it again. What were we doing? Okay, NRGY. There's that. Hit the 200, squeezed right back to the T-line. There's your T-line squeeze, or T-line crunch, and they popped it through. This one's going higher. Fry pan bottom, breakout, and a breakout through the 200. And okay, Tony, thank you. I actually use is it IKEA? And let them just come on and clean everything up. Clog is another one that's got a nice fry pan bottom breakout. Okay, thank you. And SMCI. Whoops. Is a nice little reversal. This one you can be buying on positive trading with the anticipation your first bounce is going to be right up back to the 2 or back to the 50, and probably fill in this gap. Oh, some people were inquiring about UAL today. That's got a good looking chart. If you're buying this tomorrow, use the halfway point of this candle as your stop. And THRX, another one that has come right down, away from the 50, right back to the 50, bounced off the hammer, first wobbled in here. Now you've got a bullish engulfing signal that got you through. Wouldn't be afraid to be buying this one on positive trading tomorrow. You might see that on the recommended list. And DK, another one that has moved up, moved back, moved sideways, left-right combo right at the T-line. This one should be a J-hook with more upside. Let's see. Advise on entry price after a nice explosion breakout. Often it is so far from the T-line, the risk often seems too large to expect a continuation. That is pretty true. But we got to remember, if you buy, and sometimes not in this case, but let's say they broke out here, notice what it did. The T-line did stay relatively close, and you had a good trade from it before you had to start taking profits. A left-right combo is a doji, followed by a bullish engulfing signal. The doji being that little left jab of indecision. The right hook, or the big roundhouse right, is the bullish engulfing. Joking to death. This is a very, very strong bullish signal. DK, was that a kicker signal to the downside? Yes. But immediately it failed because there was your bullish harami. Bullish engulfing only for a left-right combo, yes. Or it could be a bearish engulfing for a left-right bearish combination. All right, let's see. Some J-hook patterns. First Solar, setting up very nicely. I do have INVN in here somewhere, but I don't see it. I've lost it. It's lost. There's a nice J-hook pattern with the expectation probably heading to the 200. INVN, well, this is not good. That's not good. Okay. Now I can't even. This is not good. Okay, all right. I don't know if the sound is on. It looks like it's still on, but my screens have all gone black. Even the screen on the chat room. And this is baloney. Okay, this is going to take a minute. If you can still hear me, I'm going to have to shut down everything and reboot. And so, smoke them if you got them. It's going to be a few minutes before I can get this all back up and running again. All right. Okay, got chart. This is INVN. From the kicker signals. Stay in it as long as it stays above the T line. AKS. Another nice little, there's your left-right combination. Doji, bullish, engulfing signal. Off the 50. Bid break opens positive. It's breaking through this downward trend channel, making the 200 or next target. Oh, and Kunar, I haven't forgotten about you. We're going to, if Kunar will consent, we will do a Monday night Kunar session. Let him teach us how he uses his scans and uses what he does to go through his trading process. CNX, J-hook pattern. Wouldn't be afraid to be buying this with the intention that once it got to the 200, it would go through. Valero is something. Whoops. Valero. Thought there was something wrong there. Another little J-hook pattern just setting up. So every time it's pulled back, it's had another run. Pull back, should have another run. This is a healthy uptrend because that tells you they aren't exuberantly buying. They're going up, profit taking, going up, profit taking. Hewlett-Packard. Oh, no. No, display driver stopped and has recovered. This is not. Oops, that one's not coming up. And JOY. Another nice little J-hook pattern with a Morningstar signal right on the bottom of it. If it opens positive, I would suspect we're eventually getting back up to the 200-day moving average. Is it HPQ? It is. That's the nice J-hook pattern. Okay. All right. GVA is an example of a belt hold. It was bigger on CQ or on TCNet. Starting that uptrend. Rounding bottom, we're seeing one right now in, that's corn, we want in Citigroup. Citigroup, that little rounding bottom now breaking out. That's why we recommended ESV today. S.ESV. Had that little rounding bottom. I would still be buying this if it came back up through the $58 level. Okay. All right. Thank you, Don. It is a bearish harami, but because we're seeing this rounding pattern, I would suspect they're going to open this higher and take it higher. Only because it's just come out of this rounding bottom pattern. Diane, hang on. We'll get to the individual ones if and when I can ever get done here. Another one with a rounding bottom, CRUS. Another one that if it comes back up through 40, you want to be buying aggressively. RES was one that came up on my charts, and also Kunar mentioned it today. But notice the doji down here at the bottom, bullish confirmation, and then confirmation with it going through the T-line. This one you can buy tomorrow on positive trading. Just use the T-line as your stop. And INFI has a good-looking chart. Also bouncing up off the 50-day moving average, starting back up. Whenever they come back to the 50-day moving average, got to remember, this is where all the major money managers in the world are making their decisions at the 200, the 50, and the 20. So when you see something move back to the 50 and you see candlestick buy signals, and this is the advantage we have, we can see it, candlestick buy signals immediately. There's our left-right combo closing above the T-line. That's why we recommended it today. I'd still be recommending this tomorrow. If it opens positive, we're going to get another day like this because of that little stick or a candle, doji sandwich. A big up day, a doji, and then another big up day. And another doji sandwich was CGL. S.CGL. Well, shuzzbutts. What's that symbol? I don't know. Also, a double doji. Whenever you have, well, this is more of a doji over on CQG or on TCNet. Big up day, doji, doji. If they open up positive after the second doji, you want to be buying immediately. I don't know. What was that symbol? I've got a CS.CGL. Well, shushbutts. Just won't come up. Okay, and PAY is an example of that bearish curve, slow curve. This one probably, notice after the kicker signal to the downside, straight to the T-line, failure. This means there's more downside. I'm going to try CSCLG. No, that's not working yet. No. I forgot what we were looking at. Oh, it was a double doji. Huh. I don't know what it was. So, anyways, C as a short. Yes, that's another one that's failed. There's kind of your bearish engulfing signal after it moves sideways. This one you can short on any weaker trading tomorrow. All right, that's about all I got. Just kind of a slow, steady uptrend. It's not causing any problems. Just allows you to keep staying with positions. That the longer those patterns keep working, the better the breakout possibilities are. I don't know. Did anything come up on CELG? Yeah. Okay. Nothing. It's not a. I don't even have. All right, and we'll do Apple. Then we'll. Now, are there any questions? I was supposed to do some on CJ. You said you were having some problems with gaps. Does the overbought conditions? Apple is now projected to go to 700, which might be a little bit high. Notice what's happening in the overbought area, and they're starting to gap it up. Start watching for a sell signal. We're going to be doing a session on scans. I think. I'll have to check. Pat said we had one on scans. If not, we've got an open date on September 19th. We will do the scans. That seems like a long way away, but we've got tons of people coming in and tons of stuff for everybody between now and the 19th. Lots of free session. Gaps and scans. All right. Well, the only thing I can do as a quickie for scans is anytime you see a bullish signal, especially with stochastics near the oversold area, and they gap it up, the probabilities are pretty strong that that's not only going to be a good uptrend, it's going to be a strong uptrend. When you start seeing gap ups in the overbought condition, that's when you start looking for sell signals. Remember, if you go back to the very basics of what you probably heard me say from the very beginning, that the Japanese rice traders clearly demonstrated that people panic sell at the bottom and they buy exuberantly at the top. So if you start seeing gap ups in the overbought condition, that starts indicating there's that exuberance coming in. When you see a gap down at the bottom, you start looking for a buy signal. Then what you're looking for is a buy signal and a gap up. That's your strength. Now, there's gaps. We're probably going to get off on a whole different topic. Oh, that's right. We will be starting our long-term trade section of the website on September 15th. I think we're delayed. I think Tim, who is one of our technical people, may have lost his mother here in the last few days. That's going to slow things down. Cunard, that's the exact reason why you don't listen to anybody on TV, because they don't know any more than the rest of us. Long-term meaning, in my definition, is somewhere from 90 days on to a year. I do not, well, as you see, if you held long-term on the basis that if you just buy and hold good quality companies, which most money managers profess, you'd have a heck of a lot of losses to worry about from 2007 to 2009. We made some good money in 2007, 2009, but we were on the short side at that point. We're going to try to do maybe a scanning set webinar on the 19th of September. Yes, I've had many people come to me saying, "Can you help me out?" Especially some doctors' wives. We had a portfolio of $6 million, and our money manager has now taken it up to $685,000, and that was our retirement funds. So if you ever hear a money manager say you can't time the market, you just buy good quality stocks and hold them long term, that's the best. Get us away from them as fast as possible. That's somebody that just told you they don't know how to time the market. Yep. Okay. Any questions on candlesticks? We don't have anything, or do we have? Do we have any? Do we have a PCF on a J-hook pattern? The J, or let's see. There's a video? Okay. We have a video on it. All right. How might a market top look like this year? Judy, I don't really know. And we have so many different, but right now I don't. Yeah, it's
W2JC, the time now is
let me
9:10.
yeah, let me do requests, but if it goes silent again, that means things are shut down. Hold on for a second. I will take requests. Just keep your requests to 2, and I'll try to do as many as possible. But as I say, if this thing shuts down one more time, I'm just going to shut it down and throw it on the floor and give it a good swift kick. Have a river flow. That's exactly right. No, I'm here. I'm waiting for the charts to come back up. Oh, I'm also supposed to mention that we've had enough people interested that couldn't get to the lake this year. We will be doing another private training session in Houston, probably in the first week of November. So if anybody's interested, they need to email me, steve@candlestickforum.com, and if you need more details, Bill, we start from the very basics, and we go right on through. You can do yeah, we got a river right there through the woodlands. And for those that would like to get some unbiased opinions, I would just ask the people that have been there just to give their assessment of whether it was worthwhile for them or not. I hope it was worthwhile. At least they got to see the ducks and the deer and the Model T truck. Hold on, I got to do this one more time. Okay. Oh, what was the average trading level? We had people that were just starting to people that had been trading for a few years tonight. So I will have to get it fixed. Let's see, I better check to see if anybody can hear me. I will be on in the morning. So sorry about the problems, but apparently I have jostled something in the move. All right, thanks, CJ. Okay, everybody have a good evening. Sorry for all the problems. Yes, I'm going to go have a double root beer float and drown my sorrows. All right, we'll see everybody in the chat room in the morning.